Hey, what's up, everybody? You know who this is. It's your boy, Will. And, of course, you know what I'm about to talk about. I'm going to talk about Obama's grand plan to put a chicken in every pot to give everybody a little house where, or either a Smurf house or a large grand mansion where your greatest BFF Paris Hilton can fly in on a pink horse and give you all your wishes, or make all your wishes come true. Yes, I said pink horse, Paris Hilton. I didn't know how I was going to work Paris Hilton in any video, but I finally did it, so there you go. You know, it's so much stuff. Usually I shoot straight from the hip off the top of my head. I don't like to do a whole bunch of rehearsed editing like a lot of people do on YouTube. Everything you've ever seen from me has always been raw, unedited, straight. And a lot of people, you know, talk about my camera and how it's grainy, and I could do better. Well, you know what? I like my camera, and I like the way it looks. It's gritty and raw just like me. Maybe one of these days I might upgrade, who knows. But right now, that's what I got, so live with it. But back to the address. It's so much stuff, I literally had to write stuff down. I usually don't like to do that. I like to come straight to you, but I mean, so much garbage he laid out there. It's amazing. 3.5 million jobs he said he either will save or create. Listen to the terminology, people. Save or create. Which means that he's going to include your job that you got that somebody else created during the Bush administration or the Carter administration or however long you had your job, and take credit for it. Notice, people, Barack Obama is a terminology president. You have to listen to him. You have to get past the whole how good it sounds and how pretty he looks when he's saying it and get down to the red meat. And what he's basically saying is that he's going to take credit for somebody else's work. Typical liberal BS. Now, 90% of these jobs are going to be construction jobs and science jobs, green jobs. How many people you know can build a wind turbine and solar panels and all that kind of stuff, can just go in, put in an application for that job? You know, construction jobs are specified. Carpenters, electricians, and so forth. Not everybody can do those jobs. So only a select few of people are going to be able to benefit from these so-called green jobs. And who's to say that the states or the cities who actually get this stimulus money are going to spend it on that? I mean, they've gotten stimulus money before, and they haven't spent it on the American people. What makes Barack Obama believe that the people are going to actually see the money? And you know what, people? The money doesn't even exist. 1.2 trillion with interest in this stimulus bill, and now we're going to have another 650 billion in the omnibus bill that's coming out next week. That money does not exist, people. We are deficit spending. Take this for example. You have a credit card, and you have a job making $6.50 an hour, but you have a black card, a Black American Express card, and you just spend, and you spend about $50,000 worth of cars, jewelry, and clothes. You know what? Making $6.50 an hour, you'll never pay it back. That's money you use that doesn't exist. That's what the American people are doing, or the American government under Barack Obama is doing. They're spending money they don't have. And guess what? Sooner or later, somebody's going to collect. Sick plans for health care. He actually said this, people, that his stimulus plan saved police officers in Minneapolis, 47 police officers' jobs. Woo! 47 jobs out of $1.2 trillion? Whoa, man, knock me over with a feather. And then 95% of people get tax cuts. 95% of the people are supposed to get tax cuts starting April 1st. Okay, 95% of the people don't pay taxes, so that means a lot of people who don't pay taxes are going to get a tax cut. Why are we giving away money, like I said, that does not exist? Another thing, $2,500 tax credit for college kids for all 4 years. This money does not exist. How are we going to pay for that? VP Oversight effort. How many times have we heard presidents, governors, and even mayors of cities say, I'm going to make this blue ribbon panel, everyone, blue ribbon. And it makes it special. special because it's a blue ribbon, not a red ribbon, not a yellow ribbon, but a freaking blue ribbon. So when I say blue ribbon, you know I mean business. Come on. Mayors and governors to be held accountable? Okay, he says I'm gonna hold the mayors and the governors accountable for every dollar. But yet, he can't hold J.P. Morgan Chase accountable when their press secretary or press guy says, we don't have to tell you what we did with the first TARP money, the stimulus bill that was supposed to save and rescue the banks. We don't got to tell you what we did that money. We don't have to, because you know what? You can kiss our freaking ass. We don't care what you think. We don't have to tell you. And you think that the mayors and the governors who got people they need to grease the palms of to get elected are going to tell where they get the money, or are they actually going to do anything with the money? Oh, I mean, come on, America. You're not that freaking naive. You're not that freaking naive. Another thing, real quick, he's going to give out loans for housing and car loans. Like I said, people, he's got program after program after program, and he's going to spend money we don't have. Government is not the answer. I mean, it's not. Government is not the answer. Government needs to get out of the way so that the American people can move forward for themselves. We have never seen government do anything good or efficient, ever. Look at the welfare. Welfare was supposed to help people temporarily get on their feet. But then, under the liberal good intentions, all welfare did was cripple a whole race of people, a whole generation of people. And it never had more of a negative effect than it did on people of color. But yet we want to support a president because he's black, and he's going to even increase government and get more dependence on government. Are we losing our freaking minds? Another thing, I'll give him credit for one thing. He did say more positive stuff, because see, right now the game plan, because Bill Clinton sort of punked him out and said, stop talking so negative. Because see, you had the administration talking negative and scaring the hell out of the American people, and you had the press scaring the hell out of the American people. So Obama heard Bill Clinton say, hey, you need to start talking more positive. You need to talk more positive. That's what he said. And so in this address, I guarantee, and you can tell Obama wasn't ready for this, like they changed it all at the last minute, because he was stumbling all over his words in the first like 25 minutes of the speech. So he had to learn to put more positivity in it. But see, he had to do that, and they gave their marching orders to the press, the Obama-nites in the press, and they did it all day. Because, you know, I work second shift, so they did it all day, scaring the American people, setting up the optimists, the hope, and the change. And here we go. You know, the power lines and all that kind of stuff, the internet, the turbines are going to take forever. But yet, during the election, and even the primaries, Obama said, we can't drill because it's going to take 5 years. We can't drill. It's going to take 5 years. And if we do drill, well, we can't do that because it's going to take forever, and we need solutions now. Well, it's going to take years to get all that infrastructure going, too. So we can drill for oil, which could take 2 years, 3 years, or we can lay these magical lines that's going to feed all this power to the American people in 5 to 10 years. You pick, America. You pick. And last but not least, the Republican response by Governor Bobby Jindal of Louisiana, Republican. He did a good job. He looked kind of weird, kind of like that kind of Cheshire Cat smile. It was kind of plastic, and the way he walked into the room was kind of scary. I don't know what it is with Republicans or responses, rather. I remember that year when Nancy Pelosi did the response to George W. Bush, and her eyes were like real wide. It was scary. I thought she was going to come through the TV like on poker dice and grab me and snatch me back through the damn screen. And it was like really scary. But Bobby Jindal was kind of freaky, not scary. But he said some really good stuff. And I think that the one thing he missed, you know, Republicans, you're going to have to come to grips with reality. It was George W. Bush who screwed you guys. You lost the American people because of George W. Bush. Don't ever ever give up on your real principles. Never, ever lose sight of what makes you a conservative. Because once you do that, that's when you get George W. Bush. And George W. Bush screwed the pooch and took you guys out of power for the next possibly 8 years. So if you learn your lessons from people like Michael Steele and Bobby Jindal, you just might gain some seats in 2010. And you never know. Every time a Smurf is born on a blue moon, you might just win back the presidency. Well, people, those are my thoughts on this this bill and this presidential address. I could go on and on forever, but I only have so much time to, so there you go. Talk to you later.